The French military attaché in Paris. The French military attaché in Paris. He has come on behalf of the President of France to present to me. But before he does so, I'm going to give him the microphone to explain why he is here.
Generals, Colonel, members of the Greenhouse Association, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. On 5th June 2014, on the D-Day beaches in the presence of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, the French President François Hollande sent a strong message of gratitude to Allied soldiers and particularly to the British. Today, in Richmond, at the occasion of the Greenhouse Sunday, within the Richmond community and within what we call in France les anciens of the Greenhouse Regiment, it is a great pleasure and a true honor for me to be here and echo that message. Today, I want to say with just a few words what a great example veterans like Charles Hill represent for the French people, for our country, and especially for the young generation. This Légion d'honneur awarded to Charles Hill is not only a thank you to the men who were ready to give their lives to liberate us. It is also a message we shall not forget, we shall never forget. Today, the story of Mr. Charles Hill opens a window on a more collective history. That history did not begin in June 1944, under the gunfire of the landing at Juno, Gold or Sword Beaches, or even 5 years earlier when General de Gaulle appealed from London to his fellow citizens to join the Free French forces in Britain. Because that shared history began during the Great War, when Britain sent thousands of young soldiers to our land. It is a history that our countries will commemorate together in July 2016, particularly during the centenary of the Battle of Somme, where so many British, so many soldiers and officers from the Greenhouse Regiment gave their life. 24 years after the Battle of the Somme, the British engagement alongside France added a new chapter to that history. When I read the individual story of Charles Hill and all the pages of your magazine, I was struck by how the life of your regiment matches exactly this collective history. And I would say, tell this collective history. You were under threat at sea in the invasion fleet, on land at Gold Beach, at Versailles, at Crépon, at Falaise and Hordon. It is a great pleasure and I am truly honored today to stand before you. A great pleasure because my wife and I have been invited by some good friends who have been kind enough to ask us to come today. Because it is also so good to be plunged into this atmosphere of the Regimental Veterans Association. Having commanded a regiment with a strong tradition in France, I know the importance of these associations to keep alive the spirit of a regiment and maintain the link between young and old generations. But it is also a great honor, because it is always an honor for an officer from the current generation to reward a soldier from the older generation. A soldier who decided a long time ago to give up everything and to join his comrades in a fight for a good and right cause. I have always been fascinated by the campaign of Normandy and the liberation of France, by the destiny of these thousands of soldiers, aviators and sailors, among whom so many fell far from their homeland. We must keep these memories alive. They contribute to our nation's strength and nurture the young people by our side. Mr. Charles Hill, many thank you for what you did alongside all your fellow Greenhouse brothers and arms. May your commitment, your bravery, and your spirit of fraternity continue to act as an example and source of inspiration for all of us. And happy birthday to you with only 1 week left. Vive l'Angleterre, vive la France.
Well, thank you very much for that warm welcome and message you've got there. Very emotional there. And here is the citation which we have drafted. Charles Hill is a D-Day veteran. He was born in Sheffield on the 9th of May 1925. At the age of 19, at 07:30 hours on the 6th of June 1944, he landed with the 6th Battalion Green Howard on Gold Beach at Bergstone, taking part in that difficult fighting. Later on in the Normandy campaign, he received a head wound, which caused him to be evacuated to England. Returning to France, he was transferred to the 1st Battalion Gordon Highlanders and continued the fight against Nazi Germany, taking part in the Rhine crossing and reaching the town of Bremerhaven. He finally returned home in 1948 and took up work in a cutlery factory. Charles Hill has returned to France about 10 times to remember his comrades who did not return, and, to quote his own words, to appreciate the peace and freedom I helped to bring to France. The death and destruction I saw has had a lasting effect on me, but we had to defeat Hitler and the Nazis. Last week, Charles Hill marked his 91st birthday. He is married, a father and grandfather, and lives in Sheffield. Today he is accompanied by his daughter and grandson, and by Mr. Graham Aston, Secretary of the Sheffield branch of the Northern Veterans Association, who has supported him all along. And next month, in particular, Charles will be back in Normandy, visiting Gold Beach and going to our statue at Creflo. And in 2015, he was appointed to the Légion d'honneur by the President of France. And I will now ask Colonel Minister to award the list.
Private Charles Hill. Au nom du Président de la République et en vertu des pouvoirs qui nous sont conférés, nous vous faisons chevalier de la Légion d'honneur.
Right, last round of applause. That concludes the day. Thank you very much. It doesn't conclude the day. It's a special day. And thank you all very much once again. Enjoy your lunch wherever you go. Okay, and drive safely home. We give an RV at the 14th of May, I think it is next year. But there's several events, the reunion in October. So long for now. But standard bearers and badge winners, set for a place, standard bearers and badge winners. Thank you, sir.